now. So next topic is lecture number 8, strategic analysis. So under strategic analysis, we have to talk about environmental analysis and strategic uncertainty. So this one was actually this topic you might have done under strategic management, but I'll cite or I'll discuss some important points and go ahead. And then so this is actually about two main things we cover. Environmental analysis and strategic uncertainty. You can see environmental analysis as usual. We know that there are several dimensions. 5 dimensions are there. And if you can remember that pest analysis, this pest analysis covers everything: technological, governmental, cultural, and economic and demographic. And then environmental, 5 important areas are there. These are the important areas. Technological trends we have to understand existing technology and what is happening in the trends. And technology is dramatically changing, as you know that it is usual patterns. So we have discussed throughout these 4 years again and again, just to remember, because that it is in your syllabus and it is under strategic marketing. So then you have to touch these things and you have to apply these things in your marketing cases. So then government and economic trends are there. And then culture. Culture is something special. I think you have not touched these things. This under culture, what I'm talking about. Therefore, I'll take it. Cultural trends can present both the threats and opportunities for a wide variety of firms as following examples, because that depending on culture, there are different changes inside the cultures. So then sometimes you can't see it, right? For example, faith, popcorn, and cultural trends. These are some relevance to our marketing, especially previous years we had experienced certain things, and also nowadays also we have experience. This is actually some kind of forecast early on, and this person called Faith Popcorn studied cultural trends and in her judgment will shape the future. So this one day in future this will happen. This is how he that she thought that happened the last few years. The effort provide K2 views of future environment of many organizations. For example, we can see that cocooning culture is something staying inside one's home, insulated from perceived danger instead of going out, right? This is special case under when we have that corona virus or COVID-19, we had that experience. So this idea, the cocooning culture, or this idea came early days by presented by Popcorn, and but it happened. We experienced that one. So we were limited to home environment and no exchange anything from outside. We can't go outside. So the term was coined by 1981, right? Trend forecaster in the and marketing consultant. So pandemic and increase in the work from home, you may have found yourself spending a lot more time online than ever before. Now also we are experiencing online culture. So earlier we didn't have that one. By 1981 we didn't have that, but now we are time to time having that because of some problems of also any other things. Now because of strike, we are limited to our homes, and sometimes we have to do lectures. You are following lectures, many lectures throughout, and also we are doing lectures for many programs online. So we are fed up. So therefore, we might have some new requirements, new needs, new wants we might have. Right? That is what she is talking about. And the raising trends of cooking furniture. You know that when in normal days we don't want any different furniture within our homes or our rooms, our bedrooms, right? Earlier we went to university and we had university lecture, but nowadays now we want something. If you are using a computer or laptop or whatever, we need some kind of furniture, right? For example, for lecturers, you need some kind of that computers, some screens, some kind of other technological items, sometimes speakers, mics, right, to do the lecture. So then you have some uh, new requirements, and uh, so that maybe sometimes you may have some book shelves nearby your table, right? And sometimes some people need some L-shaped tables, computer tables at home for doing lectures, right? For students, you might using your mobile phone and going here and there, and you can listen. But for lecturers, they have some new requirements, right? That's what she is talking about there. And not only lecturers, there may be people who are doing online work, work from home. You can talk to other people and understand there are many organizations doing still work from home. So then there must be some kind of facilities within the home. Maybe a separate soundproof rooms, because that we today also we experience while we are doing lectures, we heard some noises from outside your friends, because that is happening. Therefore, we must control all those things. To do that, we must have some kind of furniture, rooms, some setup, right? For example, you can see, so if you are limited to home, sometimes you maybe need some kind of other activity, right? You are not going out, so you need some exercises, some engagement, right? Maybe gardening, and sometimes smart homes, different setup and landscaping, home security systems, home theater systems, smart TVs, right? You need those kind of things, right? And your internet facility is also like that. Maybe you may need more power and more fiber connection or something like that, right? So then they are talking about that type of activities, requirements, new forecast. If we happen to face such kind of situation, what will happen to our market space? What type of requirements our customers will need, right? So we are discussing about that type of things under this cocooning. And then another one, fantasy revenge, fantasy adventure, right? Fantasy adventure means to escape from stress and boredom, to escape from stress and boredom. While we are working and while we are living, sometimes we may uh, feel some kind of stress due to different reason, maybe job concern or family problems, and or any maybe family, maybe there may be a lot of activities, commitments in family life. Therefore, you may feel some stress and boredom because of office workload, right? Then you are trying to escape from that boredom or stress. Sorry. And then fantasy clothes and adventure travel, role playing offered by events, entertainment sparks. So these are the things we are trying to find, right? We may be where some people maybe think about this fantasy clothes. Now then, if you are doing something like that, you can escape from this stress and boredom. You are changing your normal behavior and doing something, right? You may be going on hikes, right? And you may be going to some entertainment parks, right? So fantasy is something, that some kind of feelings or thinking fantasies related to creation of imagination, age and tradition, history, myths, traditional stories, beliefs, This is the definition. So we can understand because of this uh, stress and boredom, you maybe think about uh, fantasy things, right? The other one is pressure revenge. Pressure revenge means consumers are rebelling against rules, doing crazy things. I think you in your university life also you can see sometimes, and sometimes you can see in children's behavior, right? So they don't like to follow the rules. Maybe in universities also like that. Sometimes they don't like to abide by those laws and regulations everywhere. Therefore, they might be do some rebelling thing, right? For example, consumers will be able to be as bad as they want to with the tangible harm in those code created words. They can overeat, overdrink, overdrug, over celebrate. These events can be observed throughout our uh, life, right? In our friends' life, our neighbors' life, in our peers' life, right? Some people are over it. You know that when there is some problem inside, so people try to overeat, right? Getting fat and overdrink sometimes, maybe alcohol or some other thing, right? Maybe taking drugs, right? And over celebrate. This go pressure revenge. Pressure revenge is not actually usually they are doing that, but for some kind of situation they might go for that, right? They may come back again to the normal life, but still, so this pressure revenge idea coming from that doing some crazy thing, right? Because some people do not like to follow the rules, right? Uh, so there are things like that. And the other one is a small indulgence. Small indulgence. Busy, stressed out people are rewarding themselves with affordable luxuries. Right? Some people, for sometimes, because of some stress, maybe using some kind of luxury goods, luxury. So they may go for some luxury places, even though they don't have money to purchase. They don't have such income, but they try to go for that because of that stress, right? For example, some kind of ice cream, Baskin and Robbins ice cream. I mentioned this here because that is very costly. Like McDonald's meal item, smartphones, maybe some item. Because normal in your normal capacity, you are not using this thing. But because of this small indulgence for small things, you may be spending more money, right? Baskin and Robbins, you know how much it costs, right? And Carnival ice cream maybe. Or otherwise, you may go to some food city or somewhere, you can purchase some ice cream. But here that you pay more and get something costly because of this busy and stressed life, right? A small indulgence. And depending on your financial well-off, that if you are having money, you may be going for some other thing. So the rate will be different. So we are talking about here that ice cream, McDonald's, and things like that. But for some people, these are not the thing. They may be going abroad or going for some vacation, and they are going for some that outside and climbing hikes. Like that way. That depends on the people. And then the other one is down aging. Down aging means the recently observed the cultural phenomenon, cultural shift in which many people dress and behave to make themselves appear younger, healthier, more active, and more vibrant than they are. So when people go and when they are becoming old people, so they like to be young. They show that they are young. They change their hairstyle. They use some dyes and some kind of fashion, the clothes, and sometimes ladies especially and men also that they apply different type of things. They use different type of product to show that you are appearing to convert your appearance to show others the younger appearance, right? So this is coming as down aging. And then the other one is being alive. People like to live, right? Therefore, they go for green, and they like to consume green products and becoming vegetarians and using water filters because there are uh, many things coming, many news coming from internet and other doctors' uh, comments. So you have to uh, drink properly, you have to eat properly, you have to take vitamins as well as you have to reduce your weight. There are things like that. So if you like to do go for such thing, uh, you are changing your lifestyle, being alive, right? Then the other one is 99 lives. So you are thinking about that. You see that how much time you are having. Now you are when you were in grade five, grade seven, grade eight, like that way. You were thinking about the life is so long. But now we feel it is not so much that for your ages, maybe in 20s and maybe early 20s, that you are thinking about your life is so long, you have to go a long way. But when we reach some elderly years, maybe maturity or maybe that middle age, 40s and 50s, 60s, like that way, we feel how many years we can live, right? Therefore, we are trying to do whatever possible within our life, right? So therefore, basically means that world today is very fast and quick. With very little time to do everything that we need. If you in your ages, you are planning something, getting a job, marry, and get a house and vehicles, something like that, going abroad, right? So when you go up and up, then you can see more requirements are there, right? And you feel some lack of time. 24-hour services are because of you now. Time is very limited resources that we need utilized wisely, and therefore marketers started to focus on this trend to the 24-hour service and the home delivery services because you have to save your money. You have you have a lot of things to do. You have to save your money. Therefore, home deliveries and that there are many things coming like that. E-marketing is another way to satisfy the need quickly through promoting and online products and services. The businesses started to create several models to serve people quickly, like the freelancing services. Now there are many services like that. And other countries also there are many plumbering, bars, and electrical services, home delivery, home people coming to home, and doctors online. No need to go to hospital. So there may be tele sessions and also video consultations available from some doctors. There are things like that because to save your time because you don't have much time to live, right? So if you are having a lot of work, you don't have much time. Therefore, there are products uh, and offers coming to you from marketer side. Any observation on that? Can you add something on these cultural changes and what you have observed last few years and what will be happening in next years? Cultural changes because you are planning for your future. Then you maybe need something more. And I know that some students are now we are following BBA first degree. While you are doing this degree, you are ready for this degree, you are following, you are registering for some other courses also. Sometimes SIM or marketing courses, sometimes CIMA courses, right? So I have experience at the graduate faculty. When they come to do a postgraduate course, they are students of some other several programs. They want to follow the programs. same time, because you are safe within the university. You know that with your degree you will be better off one day. But they are having some risk. Therefore, they are collecting many diploma and master's degrees or external degrees, right? When they want to do, when they have money, they register for uh, uh, several diploma programs or certificate programs or training programs same time, because uh, they have to satisfy that need. They don't have time to complete everything and find a good job. One by one, you can't take. Therefore, parallelly, same time, simultaneously, they are taking different courses. You are also doing that. I know that sometimes while you are studying here, sometimes you are working, right? When there are no lectures, you are going for work because you don't have time to waste here, right? So therefore, you are following this course. However, you are getting your friend's help and you are working, and so that is there. And then we can think about these external analysis questions. So there are external analysis questions, significant trends we have to understand, and uncertainties they are in future happening. So we have to understand that. Evaluate these strategic uncertainties in terms of their impact and immediacy. Impact means that how much it impacts, and immediacy how rapidly it happens. And then we have to think about some scenarios. If this scenario, depending on each scenario, what type of strategic actions we can get. Dealing with strategic uncertainty is defined as a situation where the current state of knowledge is such that the order or nature of things is unknown. We don't know what will happen, the nature of that, and the order of that happening. Right? So there is a risk. The second one, the consequences, extent or magnitude or circumstances, conditions or events in unpredictable and credible probabilities or to probable possible outcomes cannot be assigned. So we can't think about that probability. We don't know. They are not predictable. So uncertainty is there. Therefore, future cannot be predictable. Information will be not available. There are no information. If there are normally, if the information is available, there is no risk, no uncertain things. Because of that, no information, so the future is uncertain, right? So scenario analysis can be employed. So therefore, we can think about alternative paths and think if these things happen, what will happen? What action we can take? That is the scenario analysis. So if you look at strategic uncertainties, you can see there are several things. For example, this strategic uncertainty and this is strategic decision. Will a major firm enter? If it happens, what happens? Then investment in a product market. Will a new product be accepted? Investment in new product. Will a technology be replaced? Investment in technology. Will computer-based operation be feasible with current technology? Invest in a new system. How sensitive is the market to price? Strategy of maintaining price parity. So you see that. So there may be different uncertainties. By looking at that, by guessing, anticipating these kind of uncertainties, you can think about strategic decision. This is the example for this, right? That we may not know what will happen. There may be more options. For each uncertainty, we are thinking about some kind of strategy, some strategic decision that is coming under strategic uncertainties. And what do we mean by this impact analysis? You have to assess the impact, how much the impact, how it affects, right? Then to do this impact analysis, rank the strategic uncertainty. You have to order it, decide how they are to be managed, which uncertainties need more information and depth analysis, and which need less effort. So these kind of impact analysis should be there. The extent to which the strategic uncertainty should be monitored and analyzed depends on its impact and immediacy. Right. So you can see that how to categorize this one. Immediacy and impact is low and high here, low and high. You can see if impact is high and immediacy is high, you have to have some action. Analyze in depth, develop the strategy. Immediate action should be there because immediacy is high, very urgent, and also impact is very high. And then when you come to this category, this case, immediacy is low and impact is high. Then you can monitor and analyze contingent strategies considered. And here everything is low, both are low. Therefore, yes, you can monitor and see what happens. And the other one, monitor and analyze if the immediacy is high and low. So these are some action. You have to categorize like this way and think about some decisions or what we are trying to do, strategic decision. Then we have to think about what is the scenario analysis, right? We have to identify the scenarios and then relate scenarios to existing or proposed strategies, and then estimate scenario probability, right? So what is the scenario? You can define like this. It is postulated or guessed sequence of development of events, right? Scenario analysis is a technique that provides a rational and structured way to analyze the future. We are structured in the future and analyzing it. A firm can use it to different potential impacts of the negative and positive event, right? These are some examples. What are the possible impacts on the business of an economic slowdown? What happens to revenue and probability if the cost of various raw materials rises? What revenues might be generated by a new product line? How would the business be impacted by the unexpected market entry of new competitors? Right? Scenario analysis examine a spectrum of different potential situations and outcomes typically ranging from best case to worst. So we have to arrange it. Business can be conducted scenario planning, better prepare for these events and their potential impacts. By applying scenario analysis, you have a chance to place your company ahead its competitors. The key success in scenario planning is choosing the proper variable. When you analyze when you do the scenario analysis, you have to understand what are the variables you can consider, right? So you can see example, uh, choosing variables, defining your environment. Your main goal is having a chart that could define the scenario alternatives you consider at a simple glance, right? Now you can see you consider here a variable, two variables. This is horizontal line. This is horizontal. This is vertical, and you can see variable one, top end, one extreme, the other extreme, opposite extreme, bottom end, and here left end is another extreme. Here the same variable here. This is variable one, top and bottom. Variable two, left and right. So then accordingly we can identify or we can explain, describe some scenarios. 1, 2, 3, 4 scenarios. In scenario analysis, company itself. Then you can see, consider for one example, business environment. Say that number one, no limitation, easy to start a business. So that is direction one. Very limited and strict, two trends. Very limited and strict, easy to start a business. Direction one, direction two. Then if you get the other variable, trading relationship, worldwide open trading relationships. Direction one. open trading relationship. Then next one is the opposite one, isolated, traditional, uh, nationalistic economy, right? Now you can see, you can map that by based on the previous chart. So you can see that these potential scenarios. This is the first one, first variable, trading relationship. The other one, business environment. You can see business environment, proactive, collaborative, easy to start a business in all senses. Some positive idea, positive uh, happening, right? And here you can see difficult to start a business, not collaborative environment, opposite of this one, right? And then here the trading relationship, international trading relationship are fluid, something positive, and negative international trading relationship are terrible, full of boundaries. When you do scenario analysis like this type of mapping, you have to select two variables and uh, select two extremes and name them, and you can identify different scenarios. Now we identify two axes. That this is horizontal axis, is the vertical axis. Then you can see business environment and trading relationships. Then you can see international trading relations are fluid and proactive, collaborative, easy to start business sense, and difficult to start a business, not collaborative environment. And then international trading relations are terrible, full of boundaries. This is the map, and this is the setup base. On these base, we can identify different scenarios, right? So business heaven. So if this thing happen and this thing happen, it's a business heaven. Easy to start a business, good opportunities, generalized business trust, business diversity. That is why it is called business heaven. So good environment for doing business, right? Because environment is proactive, business environment is proactive, collaborative, and here international trading relationship are fluid. Everything is happen. Good for this kind of businesses. And then if you look at kingdom of monopolies, international trading, fluid, and here difficult to start a business, not collaborative environment. So kingdom of monopoly, difficult to find opportunities, difficult to start a business, trust just on big companies, lack of business diversity. So it is that time we can identify that just like a monopoly. And then you can see here business health, something worse, because here internal trading and everything full of boundaries are there. There are a lot of disturbances. Here difficult to start a business, not only so business health, lack of opportunities, distrust between countries, lack of international business, lots of business barriers. And here you can see nationalistic economies according to these and these national based economies, right? And opportunities on your nation, national consumption, lack of international trade, right? Other than these scenarios, you can think about some kind of a signal because of this business environment or scenarios. We can expect some other signal. For example, some warning signal. Few companies rule everything. Decrease in monopoly, sanctions, business monotony, uh, and barriers for small business. And here you can see some kind of green signal. That means the positive, we can go ahead. International deals, traffic reduction, global mobility increase, new technologies you can expect. And also here that something warning because the health warning signal, national monopolies, small business decrease, international sanction, global tension. And here you can see nationalist parties increase, global tensions, more national businesses, and international monopolies decrease. So this is what is happening. Then if these are the scenarios, based on each scenario, you can think about strategies. Then you can develop marketing strategies or expected situation. If these things happen, you can think about some strategies. If these things happen, you can think about some strategies. Right? Likewise, depending on this scenario analysis, you can develop your own marketing strategies for your organization and your businesses. The companies that had contemplated this scenario some years ago are sure much more prepared for what is to come. That means in advance, if you are ready for with scenarios, you are anticipating certain uncertain happenings, then you can think about remedies and strategies, and then you are ready for future happening. In addition, you could choose other different variables that could describe the global economy in a different way. And that means that we use some variables, but still you can think about some other variable. For example, environmental and political instability. Now these days we are having in our country. If Ranil Wickremesinghe comes, what will happen? And Sajid comes, what happens? Then Andhra Kumar comes, what happens? Then we can think about some uncertainties as well as some signals, what will happen to our businesses, what will happen to our occupations, our taxes, our bank deposit, whatever. So you can think about a lot of things because of this political instability. Now we don't know actually who will come, right? There are that most people are thinking about some end. Other people think that the same thing. So we don't know until the election is over, right? So very unstable environment and freedom of movement across countries. So for some countries you can go earlier. Our people, our students went Australia freely and Canada, New Zealand, and UK. There are restrictions. Internet access, it may decrease. Right? To understand this environmental analysis, you can use pestle analysis, and there are videos. I don't want to show these things. I think already you have done this pestle analysis and environmental analysis and strategic management. Therefore, I'm not wasting time, and otherwise, I have a lot of videos. And then I'll move on to the scenario analysis. Scenario analysis, we know that we discussed earlier. Identify scenarios and then relate scenarios to existing or proposed strategies, and then estimate scenario probability. Then to understand what is the scenario, this scenario is better. I will take some examples.
How to get the most of Grammarly free.
It's Kayla on behalf of Grammarly to tell you all about the free version of the best.
Can you see the video? Can you see the video? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of scenario analysis? Let's dive in and understand what it is and how it can help. Scenario analysis is a technique used to analyze potential future events. It involves identifying different possible scenarios and assessing the impact of each scenario on the business. The steps involved in conducting a scenario analysis include 1. Identifying the key drivers of change. 2. Developing different scenarios. 3. Assessing the impact of each scenario. 4. Developing contingency plans. Let's take the example of a company that manufactures electric cars. A scenario analysis could help them assess the impact of different scenarios, such as a decrease in the price of oil, an increase in government subsidies for electric cars, or a decrease in demand for electric cars. By conducting a scenario analysis, the company can develop contingency plans to mitigate risks and take advantage of opportunities. It can help them make informed decisions about the future of their business.
Okay, if you move forward, you can see another example here. So economic downturn description, the economy experiences a significant downturn due to various factors such as inflation, high employment rates, and decreased consumer spending power. Some kind of downturn, right? The impact of fashion retail company, you can see decreased consumer spending. So normally, if it happens, the consumer spending will be decreased. Shift in consumer preferences will be changed because they don't have money. Consumer may risk value-oriented purchasing up to lower price alternatives, right? Things like that, right? And consumers prioritize essential goods over discretionary spending, leading to decline in sales for luxury. And then inventory management challenges, the company may face inventory overstock issues as demand dwindles, leading to potential market downs and market consolidation. Likewise, you can have some impact on fashion retail company. And then strategic responses, diversification of product range, right? Then introduce lower price for value oriented fashion lines to create cater to change in consumer preferences. If consumer preferences are changing, then you have to have some strategic alternative. Then introduce lower price thing because economy is downturning, so people do not have money. They don't like to spend more. So then you can think about some kind of diversification. Then cost optimization, implement cost saving measures across operations without compromising product quality. Then another strategic response, inventory management and customer engagement, enhance customer engagement through loyalty program, promotions and so you can see that what is happening in the marketplace, uncertainties and different scenarios. Then if these things happen, how can you change your marketing strategy? That is what we are talking about here, customer engagement. And then market monitoring, continuously monitor market dynamics and competitor strategies to adapt marketing tactics accordingly. So then you have to have some kind of scenario. If you get another scenario, technological technological advancement such as so this disruption happens because of technological advancements such as augmented reality in online shopping experiences, blockchain for supply chain transparency, and AI-driven personalization disrupt the traditional retail landscape. So traditional methods will be upset, then therefore there will be some disruption. Impact of fashion retail, you know how it happens to this fashion retail. Changing consumer behavior, consumers increasingly prefer online shopping and demand seamless digital experience, impacting foot traffic in physical stores. Then need for innovation, the companies faces pressure to adopt emerging technologies to stay competitive and meet evolving consumer reactions. Then supply chain transformation, adoption of blockchain technology enhances supply chain transparency, traceability, and sustainability influence in consumer purchasing decisions. Then data-driven marketing, AI-driven personalization enables target marketing campaigns based on individual preferences and browsing behavior, enhance customer engagement and conversion rates. And then you have to have some strategic options or strategic approach to this and how you can respond. Investment in digital infrastructure allocate resources to develop robust e-commerce platform, mobile application, AR/VR experience to enhance. Then technological integration will be there, and talent acquisition of training, partnerships and collaboration, and customer education. These are the things. So you can. This is some kind of elaboration. So if you are having some kind of uh, scenarios, if you are anticipating something, then you have to ready with how we can tackle or respond to those scenarios. These scenarios illustrate how scenario planning can be made to present detailed company, anticipate potential challenges, and give us strategic response to navigate uncertain. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Then can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to give you some video case. So that is a Starbucks. We discussed something about a coffee market. Now you are aware of that coffee market and different type of things. And this is Starbucks. I give you the question first. Yeah, these are the questions, right? How do you can get a photo, screenshot or photo about this? Then you can watch the video and try to answer these or discuss these questions. If you want, I'll arrange some breakout room, right? Uh, some I can divide you to groups and you can discuss. So this one I don't send any WhatsApp messages. I'm getting something from you. You have to watch the video and try to understand, try to think according to these questions. For example, how do you apply the adage, think globally, act local brands. I think for global marketing or international marketing, you might have heard about that, right? Think globally and act locally. That's something. Then how is Starbucks apply that? Then in this video, the manager said the company owns a brand legally, but the customers or consumers own the brand in the market. What do you think that means? Right? A company owns a brand legally, but the consumer owns the brand in the market. So this one is what is Starbucks portfolio, business portfolio. This is not necessary. Don't worry about that. There are many products coming under Starbucks, so forget it at the moment. No need. Number four, how did Starbucks successfully transit from a niche to a mainstream market? They started as a niche and then they went to mainstream market. How that happened? Then how does Starbucks entry into the grocery market affect the company's relationship with its customers? So Starbucks is some kind of coffee shop. So then there are some set of customers. When you introduce your Starbucks coffee to grocery market, then there will be two set of customers: people who are going to grocery stores, and then also people who are coming to cafes. So their requirements, what they are trying to find out or search will be different. The what type of that interest they are having will be different, right? So then, if that happens to the relationship with its customers, that is the question, right? I'll show you the video.
The folks that make the drinks were connecting with the customers. They knew them personally.
Can you watch it? Can you see the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Considering the coffee craze currently sweeping North America, it seems hard to believe that our interest in drinking Java was once actually declining. In the 1960s, a bitter price war between major US coffee brands forced them to use cheaper beans, leading to a decline in both quality and consumption. But a Seattle upstart named Starbucks turned it all around, transforming a has-been habit into a modern cultural phenomenon.
You can trace it directly back to a trip that our chairman, Howard Schultz, made over to Milan, Italy. And we had been a coffee company, and people were very passionate about the coffee. But what Howard saw was the passion around the coffee house experience. When he was in Milan, he went from one espresso bar to the next, and he saw how people knew each other. They were getting their daily coffee, but also their daily connection with other people, with the baristas, the artistry, the baristas, the folks that make the drinks were connecting with the customers. They knew them personally. And he recognized that while Starbucks was passionate about the coffee, we also had an opportunity to be equally passionate about the coffee house experience.
Thus began a unique experiment in the annals of coffee sales, an effort to not only serve the very best coffee drink, but to recreate and perhaps even improve upon the warm, welcoming coffeehouse atmosphere found in Europe for hundreds of years. As the company made plans for explosive growth, however, it faced a challenge: how to capture the elegance of the European coffeehouse culture while appealing to a broad range of Americans. The answer comes in what Starbucks calls its 4 strategic pillars in expressing the brand and the experience.
One is coffee, which is our foundation in the sense that it gives us a credibility. 2 is some of the finest products that is associated with the coffee experience. 3 is the environment, as you said, the warm, welcoming, inspiring environment. But also, 4th, lastly but not least, is the fact that Starbucks experience also is part of being involved in the community, socially responsible corporation, and involved in the fabric of the community.
The results, by and large, have been spectacular. Starbucks now has more than 5,400 stores worldwide in 27 countries. 700 stores have opened just since October of 2001, and plans are moving forward for new stores in China, Puerto Rico, and Greece. Annual revenue in 2001 topped $2.7 billion. Growing the brand overseas can be different from Starbucks' home market.
Well, I think it differs from the sense that we're at a different development stage. Our focus in international is really more about establishing the brand, allowing consumers to discover what the brand experience is about, or what the Starbucks experience is about. Whereas North America has been here since 1971, the first store, more so in the last 10 years where we have expanded broadly. That experience is pretty well known and understood, so it's in a different stage.
Drink sales are still clearly the major driver in Starbucks' business model. Still, a major portion of its branding success comes not just from selling the coffee, but from selling the Starbucks culture.
It's critically important for us to have basically one voice, as we say, same consistency, same experience. That doesn't mean it looks the same, it's cookie cutter. What it is, it means that the essence of the brand, the experience of the brand is consistent and relevant to the local culture.
That is the biggest risk, biggest concern we have. Basically, how do you stay small as you get big? How do you stay locally relevant as you become global? And that is something, again, that we can only do by maintaining those tight connections with our partners in the stores, and they in turn will maintain those connections with their customers.
And Starbucks says that local relevance is achieved through its most important asset, its employees, or partners as they're called. The company says it spends more on training and development than it does on standard forms of marketing. And its employees receive full health benefits and stock options.
So as I look at my job, my primary responsibility is to take care of our baristas, to be of service to our baristas. And if we do a great job doing that, if we take care of them, we know they will take care of our customers, and the dialogue will take place within the stores such that new products will come along. We've got the environment set up. I think we do a good job picking sites. We get the best coffee. But at the end of the day, what makes it come alive are those baristas, those partners in the stores. And I think Starbucks has done a great job long before I showed up here at recognizing the importance of that and then fostering that and nurturing that.
Yeah, I think one of the key success to the Starbucks branding is the fact that it is more than just product. It's about an experience. And 2, and what makes us different from a lot of the other coffee houses and other similar type of businesses, is the fact that the essence of the Starbucks experience lives in the caring and passionate partners that we have. That's how we influence and touch the consumers. It's really people-to-people business.
Starbucks was built on word of mouth. We don't have broad national advertising campaigns. What we have are people who walk out of our stores and tell their friends. They tell their neighbors, hey, you ought to check this Starbucks thing out. And then that grows and it mushrooms.
But within this people-to-people business philosophy lies another secret to Starbucks' success. Much more than many other companies, consumers touch and influence the corporation as well. Many innovations and retail items resulted directly from suggestions made by patrons to their baristas, from customized CD music collections to sales of sandwiches, gum, and chocolate. Some stores now even offer wireless internet access in response to customer demand.
So through the baristas, we were hearing people wanted to have an iced Starbucks and a blended Starbucks, and thus Frappuccino was born. It was not some idea that came out of corporate headquarters. It came from our customers and our baristas in the store saying, wouldn't this be cool? So those are the types of things we hear, but how do we hear those? By being there locally. It's only coming from one store and then another store. If we lose that connection with our stores and our store partners, we don't hear those great ideas.
That local connection and the brand building it has created has allowed Starbucks to move into other successful venues, from coffee bean sales in grocery stores to partnerships with United Airlines, Marriott, Pepsi, Kraft, and others. They've also moved the brand successfully and extensively into Asia and Europe, though the challenges differ in each region.
What's different between Asia and Europe is that Asia, coffee consumption is not as big versus Europe. So you've got the other side of the challenge in Asia where we're trying to get people to drink more coffee through our experience. Whereas in Europe, coffee consumption is already a behavior. It's really providing them with another option of how to experience that. Now, in terms of the local culture and the coffee house culture, we believe our Starbucks experience complements that. It's a different option. It's a different way of experiencing. And as a matter of fact, in many of the markets that we have entered, like Vienna, we had a lot of local optimism from the local coffee house that we will create excitement around the coffee consumption again.
As that happens, it then creates awareness for the brand. It creates a level of familiarity with the brand that then allows us to do other things. And one obvious thing was to offer our coffee in grocery stores. Here we have, we've got the best coffee in the world. Starbucks has, without peer, the greatest coffee. You've got a place that we didn't sell any coffee, grocery stores, where the vast majority of coffee, 2/3 of all coffee in the US is purchased in grocery stores. So we said, okay, this seems like a no-brainer. Best coffee, bringing it to the place where the most coffee is purchased. That was the opportunity to go into grocery stores. You could have never done it the other way around. You have to build that connection first, and that's what we did by establishing our stores first, and that really is our marketing vehicle that allows us to go into something like grocery store coffee.
Key to the success of Starbucks' expansion program was their investment in generating extensive word-of-mouth publicity campaigns that created brand awareness even before a Starbucks arrived in a new market. The brand's success in new communities depended on built-up anticipation among local consumers, who would become excited about welcoming Starbucks to their towns because of the attraction of having a trendy cafe environment for relaxation and personal enrichment.
So as our customers see it, we want to be known as their local coffee shop. We don't want to be Starbucks, this huge mega global brand. We want to be a connection they have at their local shop.
Through its many retail and service partnerships and acquisition of other well-known coffee retailers like Pasqua and Seattle Coffee Company, Starbucks has rapidly expanded their international presence. Now, the company urgently feels there's a greater need than ever to ensure the purity of the product, the brand, and the image.
I think the first and foremost is the fact that we train partners from each of the different countries. For them to truly understand what the essence of the brand is, to understand the passion that we have, the care that we have, and that it's not about care and passion only about the product, it's care and passion about the people that we deal with within our own company, outside of our company, and to the community. And that's what the brand reflects.
As with any global brand, Starbucks has become the target of political activists. Responding to charges that its bean buyers were exploiting poor growers, the company pledged to pay fair prices. They've even released a brand called Fair Trade Coffee. But the company says its strongest response to charges of rampant globalism can be found in each of its stores.
I think the key general concept that is consistent with all the major brand that's been sustainable is one, the fact that it's an emotional bonding between the consumers and the brand. The reality is, while a company may own the brand legally, the consumer actually owns the brand in the market. So by focusing on the consumers first and understanding their world and bringing the brand to their life versus having them come to us, I think it's one of the key successes to the truly sustainable global brand.
As long as we can maintain that trust, maintain that connection, maintain those friendly people who then in turn create those local coffee houses, that's everything to the brand. Without that, we're just a big faceless logo. Well, I guess we have a face in our logo, but we are just a big corporate brand without the same connection.
So first of all, we don't look at it as an American brand. We look at it as a globally relevant brand. And more importantly, it's a locally relevant brand in a global community. So while the American heritage gives us initial awareness and trial among the consumers, the fact is we quickly become a locally relevant brand and become part of the fabric of the local community.
Starbucks' meteoric rise from a tiny local retailer to an international coffee powerhouse may well be one of the great American business success stories of the past decade. It's an achievement made even more remarkable by the fact that the company did it all largely without a national ad campaign or a significant technology component in its business. By remaining a product, value, sales, and people-driven company, and staying small in terms of its close interactions with employees and customers, Starbucks is achieving a global presence and enviable success. For Pearson Education, I'm Mike Sanford, Business Now.
How do you feel? Now, the Starbucks actually started, and now there is coffee culture, that cafe culture, introduced by a person called that founder, Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz. He went for a vacation. Somewhere I can't remember, maybe Italy or some country. He has gone for that. Then he has noticed some people in the evening coming to some boutique, some places, and having chat while drinking something or tea or whatever it is, right? And having chat. That is not because of they wanted some kind of drink, but to have some chat, some association to each other, some networking, right? So globally, now also that can you remember that in Sri Lanka also we have a culture. Have you heard about that coffee cutting? Coffee cutting? Have you seen that IT and coffee cutting teledrama? දැකලා තියෙනවද? කෝපි කඩේ බලනවද කවුරු හරි? කතා කරන්න ඕන මොනවා හරි. මගේ කට රිදෙනවා එක දිගට කතා කළා. කෝපි කඩේ බලනවද කවුරු හරි? බැලලා තියෙනවද කවුද හරි? IT ඉන්නේ කවුරු නැද්ද මන් දන්නේ මේ ඔක්කොම ලොගින් වෙලා ඉන්නවා 15ක් විතර. yes sir yes කියලා කියන ඉතින් කතා කරන්න පොඩ්ඩක්.
ඔව් සර් බලලා තියෙනවා.
හරි බලනවනේ එතකොට එතන වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද බලන්න පොඩ්ඩක්. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔය හවසට හරි නිකන් රෙගියුලරි කට්ටිය එකතු වෙනවා එතනනේ. හරිද? ඔව් එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ මයික් එක වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ අනිත් අයගේ මයික් වැඩ කරනවනේ. ඒකට එතන එකතු වෙන ගතියක් තියෙනවනේ. ඒ කෝපි කඩේ කියපුවාම එතන එකතු වෙනවා. එතකොට තේ බොනවා, කෝපි බොනවා, මොන හරි කනවා, කතා කර කර ඉන්නවා. නිකන් ඇවිල්ලා ওই බංකුවක් දාලා තියෙන ඉස්සරහින්. Have you seen that? There's a bench in front of that coffee shop or whatever tea shop or whatever in Sri Lankan culture. So people come there regularly in the evening after they go work and they go work and they come back home. They are not staying at home. They are coming to some kind of place like that, common place. ඒකලා දාන් අදිනවා දැකලා තියෙනවද? සමහර කාර්යවල කැරම් බෝඩ් කියලා තියෙනවා, දාම් බෝඩ් කියලා තියෙනවා, දැකලා තියෙනවා ගම්වල. ගම්වල ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැති කොළඹ ළමයිනේ. කොළඹ ගර්ල්ස්ලා කොළඹ බොයිස්ලානේ නේ. That happen. අහලා තියෙනවද සින්දුවක් අර ගමේ කෝපි කඩේ දාන් අදින ගැටව කපන්නු කියලා සින්දුවක්? අහලා තියෙනවද?
ඔව් සර්.
අන්න එතන කියන්න හදන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒ කෝපි කඩේට එනවා ඒක නෙමෙයි ගමේ කෝපි කඩේ දෙන්න දෙපැත්තේ දාන් අදින්නේ කියලා ඒ සින්දුවක් කිව්වා. ඒක ඊට පස්සේ ක්‍රිටිසයිස් කරා සනත් නන්දසිරි කිව්වේ. ඒක ක්‍රිටිසයිස් කළා ඇහුවා කරාට පස්සේ ඒගොල්ලෝ කිව්වා මෙහෙමයි කෝපි කඩේවල ඉඳගෙන මේ දාන් ඇදෙන්නවා ගිහිල්ලා වෙලේ කොටපල්ලා හාපල්ලා ගොවිතැන් කරපල්ලා කියා එයා ඒ සින්දුවෙන් කිව්වේ. ගමේ කෝපි කඩේ දෙන්න දෙපැත්තේ දාන් අදින්නේ මොහොම කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ ඔපොසිට් එකට ආයෙ සනත් නන්දසිරි කිව්වා ඒගොල්ලෝ වටිනවා ඒගොල්ලෝගේ මොලේ වැඩි වෙනවා දාන් අදිනකොට බුද්ධිය වැඩි වෙනවා ඒ කල්පනා කරන්නේ එහෙම එකක්. මම නිකන් කතා කරේ ඒක වටා තියෙන සිද්ධි. So then thing is that now there is a culture like that in Sri Lanka also like that. So this word when some road I can't remember the correct country that maybe Italy or somewhere, then he observes some kind of culture there. In the evening, people are coming and getting together and discussing, sharing their views and spending by drinking something like that. So then he understood that and he got that idea and he developed this Starbucks cafe culture like that. So the Starbucks cafe culture is not to come and drink and go just like we are going to canteen or somewhere, right? So they people want to come and stay, talk and discuss, they spend their time. Bread talks කියලා නවෙන්ම තියෙන්නේ bread talks කියලා තියෙන්නේ මේ එක. And bread talks කියන එකේ so there is also something like that. So Starbucks is very old. Bread talks I know that people come to meet their friends and other people and stay there sometimes. That culture started. එහෙම තමයි ඔය ස්ටාර්බක් එකත් පටන් ගත්තේ ඔය හවාඩ් කියන එක කරන ඒ අයිඩියා එක ගෙනල්ලා එයා ඒක පටන් ගත්තා. එතකොට ඒ කොපි ඒ කල්චර් එකේ වැඩි තමයි එතන නිකන් ඒ බොණ්ඩ විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඉන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් stay their time meet their friend ඒ කල්චර් එක පටන් ගත්තා. එතකොට ඒක ටිකක් මේ ටික වෙනම කතාවක් මේ කිව්වේ. එතකොට මේ ප්‍රශ්න ටික කන්සර්න් කරොත් දැන් අපි if you think about this video and think about that thing globally and act locally. So I think you heard this thing and can you just think about that, share your ideas and discuss and tell me something about that before I give you the answer. I'll give you the answers, I'll discuss, but before that I think you watch that video and then you also can contribute to the discussion. You can talk to each other. I can arrange some groups. Then you can discuss. ඉදිනෙක් ඉන්නවද දැන් 14ක් ඉන්නවනේ 14 තුනකට බෙදන්නගේ දැන් ජොයින් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගලන්ට රූම්ස් වලට ඒකලා පොඩ්ඩක් ඩිස්කස් කරන්න බලන්න අරගෙන මට මොන හරි කියන්න එකක 5ක් ඉන්නවා අනිත් දෙකේ 4 ඉන්නවා. what you observe. Can you tell me something about the first question? Oh, any question? You have any observations? You whatever you discuss. ඕන භාෂාවෙන් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. සිංහල ඉංග්‍රීසි.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
For the second question, the question was the brand can be owned by the company by legally, but the consumer can consumer own the brand in the market. So what my observation was, the statement was true, because a company can hold the legal rights of the brand. However, the values and the perception are held by customers and also shaped by customers. Especially the manager in this video mentioned that this Starbucks is a people-to-people business. So that also confirm this statement.
Oh, very good. Other ideas තියෙනවද මොකක් කරගෙන? chat කරන්නේ මොකද අනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කතා කරන්න ඕන වෙන ගොඩක් ලියලා වෙනවා. අපි නිකන් බලමු මොනවද කියලා උත්තර ටික. You can see the screen, no? First question you get how do you apply the think globally and act locally brand, right? Now, when you think this one, there are some other companies also apply this concept, right? They are thinking about the local standards, but they are the change in their presence to match the local culture. That is what it means, right? The copy is essentially the same. The original copy, they try to keep it as it is, that quality, original quality, right? Though the selection could vary, right? The shop itself could be modified easily. Nothing about the franchise says that the Starbucks has to look like a Peruvian. That Peruvian means that original thing. That there may be some changes. If you do, if you or your company wishes to have your name unknown globally, you have to impress those who will carry you top locally. The ways in which business need to adapt their brands to suit individual localized audience. So you have to match this localized audience. You have to keep the values, the main brand as it is, while matching the product to suit local culture. Maybe that the Starbucks is a cafe, right? Coffee shop, right? You can see it is to appreciate the difference between the cultures and give each one of the equal amount of importance while sticking to one global code of conduct all over the world. So keep the standards as it is, qualities as it is. The companies that embrace this global local philosophy usually have global standards for products, procedures for services, but they have different applications and implications on the local level, right? You are keeping the global standard and procedures and services also. Standards are there, but changing somehow to suit the local levels. This philosophy encourages embrace to act solution oriented. So McDonald's is also applying this one, leading to success stories. It is a great thing globally. That is McDonald's is another example. So if you look at how this Starbucks is doing, localization of store experience, right? While maintaining the consistent brand image, Starbucks also adapts its store experience to the local culture and preference of each market. You can see this includes incorporating local design elements, right? So you can add some local designs, artwork, and architectural features into the store design, not like foreign countries, to suit Sri Lankan or whatever the local situation, creating a sense of familiarity and connection. Familiarity. Some people like those places, familiarity. And to enhance the customer engagement, they are changing some kind of facelift like that to match different cultures. And regional menu offering. Sometimes I think you have seen that McDonald's changing their some products to suit Sri Lankan color. For example, mac rice, right? Normally they are having burgers and other types of. They change mac rice. They introduce mac rice to match Sri Lanka situation. There are some standard products, but still you are encouraging customers to come and join with a local product, right? Many offer this to cater a local taste and preferences. White Column for products like its popular beverages and food items remains consistent globally. Starbucks introduces region-specific menu items that reflect local flavors and culinary tradition. So likewise, McDonald's, Starbucks is also doing that. This allows Starbucks to appeal to local and offer unique experience to customers in different markets. Number four, partnership with local suppliers. Starbucks actively seeks partnership with local suppliers and source high quality ingredients, right? And support local economies. This approach ensures the Starbucks can offer locally sourced and sustainable products, thereby building relationship with local suppliers and contributing to the local economy. That is one aspect, right? Act global, think globally and act locally. And then community engagement. Starbucks emphasizes community engagement by supporting local initiatives and fostering positive relations with the communities it operates in. This includes initiatives such as partnering with local non-profit organizations, promoting local artists and musicians, and participating in local events. By actively engaging with the local community, Starbucks builds a sense of belonging and goodwill. Number six, corporate social responsibility. You know that through this ESR project, companies are having some kind of relationship and showing, that making that some awareness among customers that they are doing good to the company, and thus they are getting good positive response from customers. Starbucks extending its CSR refers to local communities, addressing the specific social and environmental issues in such market, niche market. This can improve programs focused on sustainability, ethical sourcing, youth empowerment, community and development. By tailoring CSR initiatives to local needs, Starbucks demonstrates its commitment to well-being of local communities. The other one, employee empowerment. Starbucks empowers its employees, known as partners, to be attuned to local customer preferences to cultural nuisance. This allows partners to provide personalized and localized experience to customers, enhancing the brand connection with the local community. Then number two, in this video, the manager said the company owns a brand legally, but the customer owns a brand in the market. So that is what our friend, one of your colleague commented. So mostly the impression simply means that if the customers like Starbucks, the company is going to be profitable, but once the customers start turning away from Starbucks, the company will be hurting. That means so the company owns a product, but in the market, if consumers are not coming and they give up that idea, they change their preference, finally the Starbucks will disappear in the market. Therefore, in the market, consumers are the owners, right? If therefore you have to, they have to support the consumers' views, ideas, and enhance their interest and consumption. So I mean that they are you have to give something, make some strategies to satisfy customers. Otherwise, they will forget the Starbucks, right? The company will be hurting. Does that seem true? Well, sure, to the extent that ultimately any company must please its customers or be run out of business. So that is the meaning. And then what is the portfolio? I miss it. Yeah, next one. How did Starbucks successfully uh, transit from niche to mainstream market? Right? So one Starbucks successfully transition from the niche to market player to mainstream marketer through combination of strategic initiatives, right? So these strategic initiatives and strategic approach we have to learn, right? So we are discussing some theoretical parts, theoretical aspects of strategic marketing, while applying some kind of practical things. So that is why I am using these kind of multinational companies, multinational brands as example. Then you can think about those examples and you can explain this theory. While you are writing answers for your examination also, you mention theoretically what is the model, how it happens. Then you can cite some this kind of examples, right? Creating unique customer experience, right? So atmosphere and ambience. Starbucks focus on creating a third place between home and work where customers could relax, work, or socialize. You see that our first place is home, second place is workplace. Now they are creating third place. That's in between home and work. Another place where you can go and stay sometimes with your friends and relatives or whoever you are like, who like. And so that is the third place, other than your home and your working place. Customers could relax, work, or socialize. The cozy, inviting atmosphere with comfortable seating and free Wi-Fi attached a wide range of customers. Comfortable arrangements are there, so you can go and stay. And sometimes when you go to some places, you can't stay there. You have to go immediately. But here, you are facilitated to stay there and enjoy and have your discussions. Association. Quality and consistency. Emphasis on high quality coffee and consistent customer service help build a loyal customer base. Each Starbucks store offers familiarity and reliable experience, that is creating unique customer experience. The other one, product diversification, will be there. Menu expansion. Starbucks continually expanded its menu to include not just coffee but also teas, smoothies, and seasonal beverages, catering, and wide range. So you can diversify your offering, and then you can you can go to the mainstream, and the introduction of the food items such as pastries, sandwiches, and snacks also made Starbucks a convenience spot for meals, right? And customization, also customize to personalize their drinks with various options, milk choice, syrups, toppings. You saw that in advertisement where we espresso coffee. So I show you that there are different tastes, different types coming with espresso. How you are creating or making espresso coffee, then with mix of different type of milk and other ingredients, how different types of coffees are made, that I mean the espresso coffees are made. Likewise, you can do the same thing to this Starbucks milk choices, syrups, and topping made. uh, Sometimes you can use that in this video also you saw that they are adding some ice cream to the coffee. Made Starbucks appeal to individual preferences and trends, right? Customization. Then brand positioning and marketing. A premium branding. Starbucks positioned itself as a premium brand creating a perception of high quality and exclusivity. This was reflected in its pricing strategy and marketing campaign. Then emotional connection also, that through storytelling, community involvement, and ethical sourcing practices. So you are connecting emotionally while you are having keeping the premium branding. And rapid expansion of accessibility. Strategic location, you are using some crowded places, high traffic, then convenient locations like urban centers, suburb areas, airports, and shopping. Most of the airports are having this kind of shops, cafes. Shopping malls made Starbucks more accessible to broader audience, right? Wherever you go, you can have access to this kind of coffee shops. Global expansion, Starbucks aggressively expanded intentionally adapting its stores and offering to local taste while maintaining its core brand identity. Then technological innovation, mobile application loyalty program, the Starbucks application with its mobile ordering and payment capabilities, along with the Starbucks rewards loyalty program enhanced customer convenience and engagement. They have also provided valuable data and on customer preferences and behavior. Then digital presence also there, strong digital marketing and social media engagement help Starbucks stay relevant and connected with its customer base. Then ethical sourcing and sustainability, corporate social responsibility, this is the other one. They apply this CSR and try to close to the customers and commitment to so like this way they did their work. Then next question, how does Starbucks entry into the grocery market affect the company relationship with its customers, right? Now you know that they are coffee shops. They are providing exclusively some kind of product, drink to the customers. They are having some coffee culture. They added some kind of other teas and other type of short teas type of thing with that coffee cafe. Then when they expand that into the grocery market, what happens? Starbucks' entry into the grocery market has several effects on its relations with customers, both positive and negative. Sometimes this approach will positively affect, sometimes negatively affect. So we'll see what are these positive and negative effects. Increase accessibility. So customers can get some convenience because of this appearance in the grocery market. Customers can purchase Starbucks products in grocery stores and enjoy them at homes, increasing the brand's accessibility and convenience. And you know that if you know that coffee, the Starbucks is better, then you can have easy access while you are shopping at the shopping malls and purchase it and keep it at home and consume. Then that has a convenience for people. And then brand presence expanding into grocery stores enhance Starbucks visibility and presence in the customer's daily life. You know that whenever they see that brand is there, then there is some kind of accustoms or awareness or some kind of familiarity with that brand. So therefore, that brand presence area of grocery shops will be useful. It will affect positively. And brand loyalty and affinity, their extended experience. Appearance products like Starbucks, coffee beans, ready-to-drink beverages, and other branded items in grocery stores extended the Starbucks experience beyond the cafe, potentially strengthening the brand loyalty. Then consistent quality, customers who appreciate Starbucks quality and continue to enjoy at home, reinforcing their positive perception of the brand. That is brand loyalty, affinity, and then customer engagement, cross promotion. Cross promotion means that grocery stores product can be used in cross promotional strategies such as offering coupons or rewards for in-store purchases that can be redeemed at Starbucks cafe. Right, you can issue coupons at grocery stores. Then you can use that to go to cafe, enhancing customer engagement. Then you can go there. Then there is something cross promotion. So while they are purchasing in the grocery stores or supermarket, then you can have some kind of relationship with. You can make some kind of relationship with coffee cafe. Then you can go there and have some experience and some kind of that brand usage or coffee shop usage, customer engagement. Then negative effect, you can see brand potential brand dilution, perception of exclusivity, because when you go to Starbucks shops and cafes and consume, that have some exclusive. That is only place you can have Starbucks. But when it is available at the grocery shop, so you might have some negative feeling. That is inferior type of thing, right? The availability of Starbucks products in grocery stores might reduce the brand's perception of exclusivity as it is as it becomes more of commodity, just like a normal product. Then quality control, ensuring consistent quality across products sold in grocery stores can be challenging, and any perceived drop in quality can be affect customer trust. The other one, how does same question, competition with the in-store experience. Cannibalization. Cannibalization means when you purchase the product from grocery stores, you may not go to cafe, right? Customers who purchase Starbucks products in grocery stores might reduce their visit to Starbucks cafes, potentially impacting in-store sales and the unique experience offered there. Then experience gap, the in-store experience, which includes ambience, service, and freshly made beverages, is a significant part of the Starbucks cafe. Grocery store products can't replicate this experience, which might lead to gap in customer satisfaction. So that is also a negative effect because of that. Not you can't get the same experience as within the coffee cafe. So then you have to balance these two effects, negative and positive. You can see product differentiation, offering unique products in grocery stores that complement rather than directly compete with in-store offering, helps maintain the distinction between the two experiences. So you have to make two differences, differentiate offering grocery stores some features and then coffee cafes different offers or different variations. Then quality assurance, ensuring the grocery store products meet the same high standards as those served in the cafe. And then integrated marketing, leveraging marketing strategies that tie together the grocery stores and in-store experience can create a cohesive brand negative and strengthen customer loyalty. Okay, this is about all these things because I wanted to give you some kind of marketing strategies as well as experiences. So there are some messages.
Recording stopped.
Okay, any queries, any questions? Now, those who have not get need to get that class participation marks, is there any person? Because you had that group discussion, then I can give you marks. Do you have now? I think that Abasing is there. 9136. She asked about 36 is yeah. Abasing, 91236. Are you here?
Yes.
You participated in that group discussion, no? Abasing,
Yes, sir.
Oh, shall I give you 3 marks then? Morning I gave you 3, no? Now
Yes.
also 3, right? Then Thursday you can come and get another 3. Then who else? Who need marks?
9251. So I was also unable to participate in the lectures physically.
9251.
51. Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier session also you attended, no?
Yes,
You
sir.
are giving 3 marks, and another 3 marks can be taken on Thursday. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes, 9244. Yes, 9244. You don't have mic? Then you can chat. Yeah, 9244. 9244. Okay, 3 marks. Who else?
Sir,
Yes,
excuse me, sir.
yeah, 94, 64. Yes,
Yes, sir.
94, 64. Lakman.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you had one 3, and today 3, another 3, then 6. Thursday you can come and add some another 3. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Then who else?
Sir, 9340.
9340. Okay, you have 2, 6 now. With these 3, you are having 9 marks completed, right? Guruvardhana, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who else?
Sir, I'm 9289.
9, 9. Where is your name? 92,
89.
9289. LVT color,
Sir.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are having then 6 marks. Thursday we have to collect another mark. So the next week also on Tuesday I may have a class. Otherwise we can't finish, right? We have completed 5 classes, 5 sessions, and I have covered topics. Most probably another 3 topics will be coming: internal analysis and strategy implementation, and again market strategy and competitive strategy. There are 4 topics. I'll finish it quickly. Then by next week everything will be over. Then other people who need marks. That's all. All others got marks and completed. If your mic is not ready, you can send me a message. One person says that how much mark I got because I did 2 sessions. 2 sessions I gave 6 marks. Your number is 9244. 9244. You have 6 marks. 9244, 6 marks. Then you have to come another 3. The silver, right? 9244. Did you get the message? But is there many chance again to arrange the remaining marks? Yeah, so you can get marks on a Thursday. I'll give you some kind of discussion and give marks. However, we have taken 3 sessions because all other people attended 3 lectures and earned their 9 marks. So therefore, in one day or one session, I can't give 3 questions and three all 9 marks. Yeah? Therefore, there will be another 2 sessions on Thursday and another 2 sessions on next Tuesday. Therefore, another 4 sessions. You can earn your marks, right? Try to get your marks. How many marks? So 9251. 9251, 6 marks. Today you have got 3 sessions, morning and evening. Not morning. You have given 2 participation, then 6 marks you have got. Again, another 3 marks can be taken by Thursday. Dhanujay, right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? That's all, no? Okay, then shall we wind up? Okay, thank you very much for coming and get ready for the examination. I don't know what will happen, how they are going to do the examination. Therefore, you have to think about whatever the lectures, handouts I have given, and also I have sent time to time class participation presentation, right? Different cases, video cases plus some other cases. So go through those kind of things. So whenever you write something, take some example from whatever we discuss as class participation. 9444, 9445, 9. 9445, is that Kulasekara? 9445. Kulasekara.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have got 9 marks completed.
thank you, sir.
I published that, I sent that WhatsApp message all the list last time. Up to today. No, up to last week. So then today some people are getting. Yeah. You can take it list. Then 9244, 9245. 9245 I gave that. 94244. 9244, 6 marks. You have to come again with silver. That's all, no? Okay, then. So thank you very much for coming. Okay, goodbye. Thank you, Gilenda.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
සුබෝදා ඉන්නද මේ පැත්තේ නෑනේ සුබෝදා නෑනේ ඇවිල්ලා
Um,
නෑනේ හරි okay see you